Hello, hello everyone, my name is Tojo and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age 2 here in the Memento of Legacy DLC. And we are picking up with this puzzle we were left with. We have to connect the streams somehow, however that works. Let's see what happens, okay. So we need one of the urns facing the previous urn, and then the other one chooses direction. Okay. So we need to get that over here. So do we just do this? No, I can't go straight across is the problem. Okay. There we go.
Quickly now, we have a ways to go yet.
Anything over here? Nope. Alright, so let's continue. We have to deal with... What was her name? Janica, the Grey Wardens, who's trying to release Corypheus, which is a bit of an issue because he's already shown keen interest in manipulating people to get out. So this isn't exactly like the Architect, which was kind of doing his own thing, and then we just, like, happened upon him. He wasn't really messing with us, per se. Like, he wasn't being, like, actively aggro. He did, like, capture us, and that was like he was trying to create an opportunity to talk, as I understand it. Okay. So anyways, the Architect we, like, came across a couple times. He did imprison us. As I understand, he was trying more of to just talk with us. And he was, like, actively trying to disrupt the Broodmother's shenanigans going on. So he was reasonable. He seemed to want to be free of the Blight. Corypheus might want to be free of the Blight too, but he's not over... you know, manipulate people to get what he wants kind of thing. Because I have no doubt that the Architect was powerful enough to do a lot more than he did. The Wardens set traps for Corypheus and bound him in a prison of their own making. Beneath the free marches, they carved out a series of caverns, a veritable maze, and enchanted them. Wards within wards, locks within locks, spells woven with the help of a powerful artifact they called the Key. All this to hold Corypheus. It seems that even that wasn't enough. A Warden Commander, Rhiannon, writes her private journals, Corypheus is too powerful. Nothing will hold him forever. The seals are already weakening. We must find a way to fortify them, and soon. It's from Janica's notes. The Labyrinth has claimed Warden Commander Astor. Ulrich tampered with one of the magical seals in this place and unwittingly released a demon upon us. Commander Astor ordered us to run. He would hold the creature back while we activated the prison's defenses, trapping them both. The barriers came up, and they would stay up. This was Commander Astor's last instruction as we follow it to the letter. We are unable to retrieve the Warden Commander's prized helm and the other trappings of his office. They will not be returned to Weishaupt and will remain with the Commander wherever he may be. The torn gray Warden report, the writing barely legible. So that's an older thing that they happened across. Seems to be Janica and her group's little storeroom. They seem to have set up camp somewhere around here. Okay, that leads around, that leads over there. What's around do for us?
The hawk was fascinated by the old construction, always stopping to examine the carvings. A learned man.
I was wrong. We cannot control the creature Corypheus. Even our most powerful mages hold no influence with him. In truth, it is they who have been most vulnerable. A dozen times as assigned to guard, the slay of the creature have sought the key to free him. When they are removed to a safe distance, they remember little. They speak of a voice in their minds, a calling like that of the old gods, but it wanes outside Corypheus' presence. Darkspawn have attacked as well, seeking him. I can only assume they are summoned the same way. Somehow this magic lesson speaks to the blight itself, affecting any who bear its taint. The same power stays in the hand of any warden who approaches to kill him. We must recommend that we seal this prison over and conceal its very existence. Corypheus must not be allowed to go free. So yeah, that's pretty much confirming that Janika's under the influence and she doesn't even realize it. And also, there was a point I came across while I was editing yesterday regarding the card. I'm trying to remember it. Because some of the Carta had like Darkspawn taint, and then the other ones had, you know, were cleansed. It's a way. It's over here. What was the thing I realized? What was the thing I realized? Hold on. This might take me a minute.
3 hours later.
Oh yeah. So when the Carta guys attacked us at the end of the last episode, they mentioned that Janika sent them, which, apparently the Carta is like a front for Corypheus or something. That's like one of the notes we saw. They like secretly worship him. And they were answering to Janika, which I think, at least to me, points in the direction that she's already under the influence and they recognize it. Or they recognize her as being with Corypheus. How do we get back over here? There doesn't seem to be another way in there. There's this magical door happening over here. Anyways, long story short, it was probably the right decision not to go with Janika, even though I had the warden commander try to negotiate with the architect. I don't think this is anywhere near the same thing that's going to be happening here. This looks similar to those colored gates at the end of one of the DLCs in Origins, so we might have something to do with that.
Did you really think those old wards would stop me? Look at you, barely able to string two thoughts together. You've only made it this far because of Hawk.
You can still turn away. Do not listen to his voice.
You're a fool, Arias, and you should have died here years ago.
Oh, that's a revenant. Okay, that was interesting. Is there nothing we can do with that blue door back there? Or is it down now because we took out those guys, maybe? We go double check that real quick. It is not. Okay. I'm not going to linger on that too much then. Wait. I haven't been holding down tab. What did that do? Okay, I'm gonna do a quick scan of the area to see if there's any other power nexuses I may have missed. Nexi? Nexuses? Anyways. Ooh, there's red. So where's the blue one? Uh-huh. Blue goes over here, red needs to go over there. Okay, that's interesting. How do I rotate the third tier, though? Do I have to rotate the whole thing? That would kind of suck. Not gonna lie. Oh, I gotta rotate the whole thing. Okay, so this one has to go that way. Just start at the end. And there's a blue over here, which means that has to go that way. Okay, so red, blue connects over here. Or is that white's? No, white's over there. Blue's over here. Blue's gonna cut straight across. But we also need to power red.
I think we should hurry.
I'm working on it. So blue can do that, red can do that. Which means blue's gonna come over here. How does that work? Do that. There's orange involved now? What? Where does orange go? Didn't we already do orange? Yeah, we already did orange. Let's turn that back. Okay, so orange turned white. Okay. Okay, so this one. We don't have a choice but to use blue. But then how do we handle red? Because we can't rotate these. Huh. Blue doesn't need to go over that way, does it? No, okay. So blue can go that way, red goes around the end. Red's gotta go over there. This tier cuts straight through. And this one turns. So it has to go 3 turns. And then 3 turns again. I'm not worrying about the gold one because let's assume we did that a way, but not the right way when we did it the first time. Okay, so blue is coming around to there. It needs to turn 3 times. And now blue's done. Now they're all done. Nice! Haha! There is a 4th row, though. Did I miss another power nexus? Let's go on the look. Okay, none back there. So assuming that this is the only... Because to get 3 puzzles to line up like that, you'd have to assume that the 4th one's already completed by now. I'm not sure what else we could do that wouldn't screw up what we have going. Let's see, double check. Which way? That way. I don't know, maybe the last nexus is behind these doors.
Weeks down here, working together. He never liked me. Too much bad blood.
Who? Talking about that other warden guy that got trapped down here. Alright, there's a green nexus somewhere. There it is. Just double check on the door because I'm not sure we could do anything else to that puzzle, so maybe it's already solved itself. Also, the door's closer. It'd be really convenient if it was. And it is! Haha! Nice. What's going to attack us now? Okay. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what the completed set bonus is for the Silent One stuff. I don't even have the robes yet. Okay, I'm not going to bother with it yet. So onwards to chase, what's her name? Janica.
Let me guess. The prison?
Oh wait, we went down, down, and down, and suddenly we're back up? What happened? I mean, we went up a flight of stairs, but...
You're too late, Larius. Hand over Hawk, and I'll give you a quick death.
Hawk has made his choice. The right one.
The right choice or the only choice? Malcolm Hawk was not allowed to disagree.
It is the past. It doesn't matter.
Larius? What does Janica mean by not allowed?
How does she know this? Alec, did you tell her? Malcolm Hawk was reluctant. Had to be persuaded. I was Warden Commander. It was my duty. I delivered an ultimatum. Help us, or you'll never see her again.
You were going to kill my mother?
No, never. He came with us. I never had to decide her fate. She was never told about what passed between Malcolm and me.
You see, Hawk? How can you trust anything Larius says?
Well, apparently Malcolm was against using blood magic, so... I mean, he was a mage of the circle, he was apparently a smart guy. To be handpicked from the circle to go and do something like this, you'd have to be, you know, well-versed and trustworthy, so... I'm going to say that he required some convincing to actually do the ritual, so...
Larius' threats were reprehensible, but he's still right about Corypheus.
Exactly.
You can come willingly or not, Hawk. I just need your blood.
Slay him now before he wakes, before his strength comes. The key, it's not strong enough. Use your blood, free him and slay him.
I mean, me being here is one thing and taking out, all the other Grey Wardens. Being able to take out Grey Wardens is, a noteworthy thing, but you just assume I'm able to kill this thing that the Grey Wardens have feared for thousands of years? I mean, sure, I guess.
Word. You can see the binding spell's already weakened.
Just 3 more to go.
Are you really going to do this?
It takes Hawk blood to open his prison. I imagine he won't stop until he has what he wants.
True. Best end this while you can.
He's almost free now.
Can you feel it? The air is changing.
Well, similar to the Architect, then.
Be this some dream I wake from? Am I in dwarven lands? Why seem their roads so empty? You! Serve you at the Temple of Dumat? Bring me hence. I must speak with the first acolyte.
Dumat was the first old god to become an archdemon. There haven't been temples to him since ancient Tevinter.
You look human. Are you not citizens of the Empire? Slaves, then, to the dwarves. Why come you here? Whoever you be, you owe fealty to any Magister of Tevinter. On your knees. All of you.
You're a Darkspawn. Darkspawn, ravaging the Deep Road, spreading the blight. Does this ring a bell?
You are what held me. I smell the blood in you. Dumat, Lord, tell me, what waking dream is this? The light. We sought the golden light. You offered the power of the gods themselves. But it was black, corrupt, darkness, ever since. How long?
The Golden City. The first violation. The Magisters who brought the blight.
I was about to say,
That's
this guy doesn't look full
ridiculous.
Darkspawn.
There were no magical boogeymen who trespassed in the Maker's City. It's a story. It's Chantry propaganda.
Where do you think Darkspawn came from?
Some creation of the old gods, no doubt.
Dumat, have you forsaken me? I am your faithful servant.
The Darkspawn aren't just some conveniently explicit lesson on the dangers of magic.
Unless Corypheus is for real, everyone who knows what happened is long dead.
You don't think it's a little convenient? What does every sane man and woman in Thedas fear? The blights. Why not pin those on mages too?
What manner of speech is this? How long have I slumbered?
He tainted the world. He speaks to all who carry the corruption. Darkspawn and Wardens. He brought Janica here. Brought you.
If he's been calling the Wardens to free him, what's his plan? He seems confused.
He slept. While the seals held, he could not wake. He knows nothing of time that passed. We must kill him now, before he comes to.
First he went after the Maker in his house, then me in mine. I'm honored.
The city! It was supposed to be golden! It was supposed to be ours! If I cannot leave with you, I will leave through you. I seek the light. The Blood Lord. The blood is mine.
Okay, well that's a bit enlightening actually, because if this is to be true, then the stories of the Chantry, as far as, you know, the origin of the Darkspawn being Magisters trying to get into the Golden City, have some kind of truth. But it would seem that the original Magisters were led astray by an old god at this point. You know, given promise of seeing the Maker City. They didn't actually make it, they found something else, is what I'm getting out of this.
Grant me your powers. Ah! The fire in my veins. You cannot avoid my fires.
You've got to be kidding me.
Is he drawing power from the statues?
I am an acolyte of Dumat. You cannot harm me.
Aveline!
I'm a little overwhelmed here. I'm losing ground. Here! Come on! Stay ahead of the flames, Hawk.
Okay, so we're handling those one at a time.
Dumat, grant me your powers. Ah! The fire in my veins. You cannot avoid my fires.
He's absorbing power from the statues!
We should destroy them while we can.
I am an acolyte of Dumat. You cannot harm me. There's something more!
Watch out!
Burn, you miserable insect!
He absorbed it from the statue!
You mark! Grant me your powers! The power is mine! I am Crystal! Scurry, little rat! The maze closes in! You will die before you touch me, worm! There's something more!
On your guard.
The walls are closing in! To march! Proud your power! The lightning strikes me! Feel the chill! You cannot outrun it! You cannot escape! No! You are stronger than I thought, but not strong enough! There's something more! Is there a chill in the air? Run all you like! I can reach you anywhere!
Nicely done.
Okay, of the boss fights in this game, that was probably the most fun.
That amulet. No one's used that pattern since before the first blight. It was unique to a small sect in Tevinter, who worshipped the god Dumat. Corypheus really was an ancient magister. I always thought the Black City was just a story.
Maybe the Chantry's right about other things too.
I'll need to study this further.
So if I'm remembering correctly, the old creation myth, or not creation myth, but the myth of like the blights and everything, is magisters tried to encroach upon the Golden City, the city of the creator god and all that. But when they got there, their presence defiled it. I think from this brief interaction with Corypheus here, which I really should have placed wasn't a Darkspawn to start, because they always have names like the Architect or the Mother, things like that. Yeah, they have their name is like their purpose. Corypheus has like the ancient Roman dialect, I think. I'm not sure what the it's a very like Attilicles, kind of name. Asbestos. Asbestos. I don't know. I'm not well versed in like Roman names and shit like that, like ancient Greek stuff like that. But he has like an actual like ancient name, so. And like when he pops out, he wasn't like, he looked kind of like the Architect, but the Architect was very clearly a Darkspawn. This is like a person who's been slightly mutated instead of like the Darkspawn, which is like a humanoid demon alien something. So my first thought was like either this is like the first Darkspawn, or like maybe second gens, or maybe like the Architect was like a second gen, evolution of this kind of thing. But if he was, a worshipper of Dumat, the first old god that was uncovered, that would mean that he would have been like one of the mages that the Tale of the Black City talks about. Which would mean that it's not that when they showed up and the city turned black, is that they went to the Black City instead of the creators. The Golden City, the creator's palace kind of thing. So the thing that Chantry apparently has wrong is that they didn't defile the Golden City, is that they never went to the Golden City at all. They came upon the Black City. Which Anders is having to come to terms with, because he thinks it's just, religious propaganda to, pin down mages, but it's like, no, what if mages actually did screw up once? It's like, it is a valid concern. Like, the whole blood magic running around and, causing chaos is a valid concern. They should be prosecuted as criminals for their actions, not necessarily that they have magic, is my sense of it. So, I love the amount of lore we were able to pull out of just one boss fight. It's nice. And it would also make sense why he has, access to, talking through the Darkspawn and, access to the Taint, stuff like that, because he would have been, like, ground zero of everything. So I'm not sure what his whole deal is as far as Dumat goes, because he talks about they worshipped him, he promised them the Golden City, but when they got there it was all black, so he's, like, betrayed. Is what I got a sense of. He's been asleep for thousands of years. He's going to be confused and disoriented and stuff. He's like trying to piece together what happened back then when he was kind of talking to himself. Yeah, it was very good. The amount of story we were able to pick apart just from this one character showing up, and just the fight in general was really fun. It's a very, very good DLC. Larius, what you got for us?
You did well, Hawk. More than the Grey Wardens of old were able to accomplish. I will tell the Warden Commander of your service here.
You think the Wardens will give you a warm welcome looking like that? I don't think we're supposed to come back from the calling.
I must try. You've gained an ally today.
Why are you talking like that?
My head is clear now. Without Corypheus's call, I can think again. I thank you for my freedom.
The Wardens won't thank me for the deaths of their own.
Janica ignored the Warden Commander's express orders when she sought to free Corypheus. They'll be relieved she's gone. The prison stands no more. My gratitude you have for my freedom.
I said you wouldn't believe me.
When the Seekers arrived at the structure, this prison, it was destroyed. The Grey Wardens were there, but they did not mention this Lorias. They claimed everyone was dead.
They wouldn't mention it.
And now you claim the champion was not only there, but defeated a Magister. One of the Magisters of old.
Left there by the Wardens themselves.
A curious tale. I wonder if there's more to it.
A small matter. A moment for the last of the family, and an echo. You'll forgive me if I take a liberty or two.
Yeah, the Grey Wardens wouldn't mention that Lorias was alive, because then they'd have to talk about the Darkspawn taint and everything.
The attacks. Darkspawn. Every bloody part of it. All because of what happened years ago. And you really saw all of this? Maker. How would Mother take this strange magic? I wish I could talk to her.
I know it was hard. How much time he had to spend with Bethany and I.
He started training me too. Best he could. Then I picked up some things from those soldiers who came through. Remember when I beat him? Took the blade clean away.
He was holding back.
On magic? Sure, but not the blade. After that, well, he knew I could handle the house while he was off with you two. Another way you take after him, if I remember correctly.
Does none of this make you want to, I don't know, offer a reason for joining the Order?
Right. My great betrayal. All to spite you. Is that how you remember it? We spent so long running. And why? Because of magic, the Blight, money, and abuses. Well, I'm no mage. I'm no warden. And you didn't need me. But there was one thing I thought I could do. Father believed in a Templar. Why can't I? I have to go, brother. Duty calls.
Look, I'm not going to assume that, he joined the Templars just to spite me, but you can't deny that that would be a big slap in the face. I mean, come on. I mean, you could have at least talked about it before.
Malcolm wouldn't want you two to fight. He sacrificed so we'd have a life free to choose, not always agree. His burden must have been very like yours.
That's me, banging my head against the walls of tyranny.
You know, your father was the same way, taming the shadows with questionable wit. The best of him is still with you. The best of all of us. It's what makes you try so hard. You will always have that. We will always be family. It'll be all right.
Well, that was touching. So with that, I think that actually concludes Dragon Age 2. So next up is Dragon Age Inquisition, which I'm very excited to get into. I know my sister and a couple friends were really excited to get into that also. They've been begging me to get through this so that we can finally talk about it. But yeah, Memento of Legacy was a lot better of a DLC than I thought it would be. I mean, just to go over it again, I know I rambled on a bit, but, great lore reveals in such a short amount of time. Great boss fight. Great puzzles, actually. I did enjoy that. But yeah, we're moving on to Inquisition in the next episode. So until then, my name's been Tocho. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.